Hello and welcome to today's podcast. In this episode, we will talk about daily life English. This means the English you can use every day, like when you talk to friends, go shopping, or ask for help. Learning daily life English is very important because it helps you communicate in real situations. Let's explore 5 chapters to make your daily conversations easier and more confident. Chapter 1. Greetings and small talk. Greetings and small talk are an important part of daily life. These simple conversations help you connect with people and make a good first impression. Whether you are meeting someone for the first time or talking to someone you already know, it is important to know the right words and phrases to use. Starting with greetings is the easiest way to begin a conversation in English. When you meet someone, you can start by saying hello or hi. These are the most common ways to greet people. If you want to be a little more formal, you can say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time of day. These phrases show respect and politeness. When someone greets you, remember to respond with the same energy. For example, if someone says, good morning, you can reply, good morning. This creates a friendly start to your conversation. If you are meeting someone for the first time, it is nice to introduce yourself. You can say, my name is, your name. What is your name? If the person tells you their name, you can reply with, nice to meet you. This phrase is polite and shows that you are happy to meet them. If someone says, nice to meet you, you can reply with, nice to meet you, too. These small phrases make conversations warm and welcoming. When you are talking to someone you already know, you can start with a simple question like, how are you? This question shows that you care about the other person. The usual response is, I'm fine, thank you. How about you? Or I'm good, thank you. If you are not feeling great, it is okay to say, I'm a little tired, or I'm not feeling well today. Being honest about your feelings is part of real communication. Small talk is another important part of daily life. Small talk means talking about simple topics, like the weather, your day, or something interesting. For example, you can say, it's a beautiful day today, or it's so cold this morning. These topics are easy to talk about and help keep the conversation going. Small talk is useful when you are waiting in line, sitting next to someone, or meeting a new friend. Talking about your day is another good way to practice small talk. You can say, I had a busy day at work, or I went shopping this morning. If you are talking to a friend, you can ask, what did you do today? Or how was your weekend? These questions help you learn more about the other person and show that you are interested in their life. If you want to make the conversation more personal, you can talk about hobbies or interests. For example, you can say, I love reading books, or I enjoy playing soccer. Then you can ask, what do you like to do in your free time? This type of question is fun and helps you learn new things about the other person. People enjoy talking about their hobbies, so it is a good way to make them feel comfortable. Body language is also important when greeting someone or making small talk. A smile is a universal sign of friendliness. When you smile, it shows that you are happy and open to talking. Making eye contact is another way to show that you are listening and interested. Even if your English is not perfect, a smile and good eye contact can help you connect with others. Remember, it is okay to feel nervous when speaking in English, especially if you are just starting. The most important thing is to try. Don't worry about making mistakes. Most people will appreciate your effort to communicate. If you don't know what to say, you can start with simple phrases like, hi, how are you? Or nice to meet you. Practice these sentences every day, and they will become easier to use. In some cultures, small talk is not very common, but in English-speaking countries, it is an important part of social interactions. People use small talk to fill quiet moments, make connections, and create a friendly atmosphere. Learning how to make small talk can help you feel more confident in everyday situations. It also gives you the chance to practice your English in a relaxed way. To improve your greetings in small talk, try listening to how native speakers start conversations. You can watch videos, listen to podcasts, or practice with a friend. Pay attention to the words they use and how they say them. Then, try to use those phrases in your own conversations. The more you practice, the better you will get. In conclusion, greetings and small talk are simple but important parts of daily life English. They help you start conversations, build connections, and practice speaking in a natural way. Start with basic phrases like hello and how are you? And add more as you feel comfortable. With practice, you will become more confident and enjoy talking to people in English. Keep practicing every day, and soon it will feel natural to you. Chapter 2: Shopping and Asking Questions. Shopping is a common part of daily life, and it's a great way to practice English. Whether you are buying groceries, clothes, or anything else, knowing the right words and phrases can make your shopping experience easier. When you enter a store, you might hear the staff greet you with a friendly hello or good morning. It's polite to greet them back by saying hello or hi. This small gesture helps create a good atmosphere. If you are looking for something specific, it's important to know how to ask for help. You can start by saying, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Or "I'm looking for." For example, if you are in a clothing store, you can say, "I'm looking for a blue shirt," or in a grocery store, "I'm looking for fresh apples." If you cannot find what you need, you can ask, "Where can I find item?" Or "Do you have item?" These phrases will help you communicate your needs clearly. When shopping for clothes, you might want to ask about sizes. For example, you can say, "Do you have this in a size small?" Or "Does this come in medium?" If you are not sure about the size, you can ask, "Can I try this on?" Many stores have fitting rooms where you can try clothes before buying them. If the size doesn't fit, you can say, "This is too big," or "This is too small." Practicing these sentences can help you feel more confident when shopping for clothes. When buying something, you often need to ask about the price. You can say, "How much is this?" Or "What's the price?" If the price is not clear, don't hesitate to ask. For example, if you see a sale sign, you can ask, "Is this on sale?" Or "How much is the discount?" Knowing how to talk about prices helps you make better decisions when shopping. Sometimes, you might not understand what the shop assistant is saying. In this case, it's okay to ask them to repeat or speak more slowly. You can say, "Can you repeat that, please?" Or "Can you say that slower, please?" Most people are happy to help, so don't feel shy about asking. If you still don't understand, you can point to the item and ask, "Is this the price?" Or use gestures to explain what you need. When you are finished shopping and ready to pay, you might hear, "Cash or card?" This means they want to know how you will pay. If you are paying with cash, you can say, "I'll pay with cash." If you are using a card, you can say, "I'll use my card." Sometimes, the shop assistant might ask if you need a receipt. You can reply, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you." These small exchanges help you complete your purchase smoothly. Shopping also gives you a chance to practice polite words like please, thank you, and you're welcome. For example, when asking for something, you can say, "Can I have a bag, please?" When someone helps you, say, "Thank you," and they will likely reply, "You're welcome." Being polite makes a good impression and helps you feel more comfortable while speaking English. In some stores, you might need to ask about store policies. like returns or exchanges. You can say, "Can I return this if it doesn't fit?" Or "What is your return policy?" If you need to exchange an item, you can say, "I'd like to exchange this for a different size." Learning these phrases will help you handle any situation that comes up while shopping. Shopping in English can feel challenging at first, but it's a great way to learn and practice. You can start with simple phrases like asking for prices or sizes. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. If you feel nervous, try practicing with a friend or in front of a mirror before you go to the store. With time, you will find it easier to use English in real-life situations. Shopping is not just about buying things, it's also an opportunity to interact with people and learn new vocabulary. Pay attention to the words and phrases you hear during your shopping trips. If you hear a new word, write it down and look it up later. Each experience helps you improve your English skills and feel more confident using the language in daily life. In conclusion, shopping is a practical way to use English and practice speaking in real-life situations. Start by learning simple phrases for asking questions and talking about prices or sizes. Remember to be polite, ask for help when needed, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every shopping trip is a chance to learn, so enjoy the process and keep practicing. Over time, you will feel more comfortable and confident using English when you shop. Chapter 3: Eating at a Restaurant. Eating at a restaurant is a common activity in daily life. It's also a great opportunity to practice your English. When you enter a restaurant, you will usually be greeted by a host or waiter. They might say, "Hello, welcome. How many people?" This is their way of asking how many people will be eating with you. You can reply with something like, "Table for two, please," or "I'm alone." If you have a reservation, you can say, "I have a reservation under your name." After you are seated, you will usually be given a menu. The menu has a list of food and drinks that the restaurant offers. Take your time to look through it. If you have questions about the menu, you can ask your waiter. For example, you can say, "What do you recommend?" if you're not sure what to order. If you don't understand something on the menu, you can ask, "What is this?" Most waiters are happy to explain the dishes to you. When you are ready to order, signal your waiter by saying, "Excuse me." Then you can say, "I'd like a cheeseburger, please," or "Can I have a salad?" If you have any dietary restrictions, it's important to mention them. For example, you can say, "I don't eat meat. Do you have vegetarian options?" If you want to customize your meal, you can ask, "Can I get this without onions?" Or "Can you make it less spicy?" These phrases will help you get exactly what you want. While waiting for your food, you can enjoy the atmosphere of the restaurant or talk to the people you're with. When your food arrives, your waiter might say, "Enjoy your meal." It's polite to reply with, "Thank you." If you need something during your meal, like extra water or sauce, you can say, "Can I get some water, please?" Or "Can I have some ketchup?" Being polite and using "please" makes your requests sound friendly. If something is wrong with your order, don't hesitate to speak up. For example, if the food is not what you ordered, you can say, "Excuse me, I think this is not what I ordered." If the food is too cold or overcooked, you can politely mention it by saying, "This is a little cold. Can you warm it up, please?" Most restaurants want you to have a good experience and will fix the problem quickly. When you finish eating, you can ask for the check. The check is the bill you need to pay for your meal. You can say, "Can I have the check, please?" Or "We're ready to pay." If you are paying with a card, you can ask, "Do you take credit cards?" If you want to leave a tip, which is common in many countries, You can add a small amount of money for the waiter to show your appreciation for their service. If you are eating at a fast food restaurant, the process might be different. You will usually order your food at the counter instead of waiting for a waiter. In this case, you can use phrases like, "I'd like a burger combo, please," or "Can I have a coffee to go?" If you are dining in, you can say, "For here, please." If you want to take the food with you, you can say, "To go, please." Dining at a restaurant can also help you learn new words and phrases. Pay attention to how the staff and other customers speak. You might hear useful words like appetizer, which means a small dish served before the main meal, or special, which refers to a dish the restaurant is featuring that day. Each visit to a restaurant is a chance to expand your vocabulary. It's normal to feel nervous about speaking English at a restaurant, especially if you are still learning. Remember that most people are understanding and patient. Take your time and don't worry about making mistakes. Practice makes perfect, and the more you practice ordering and speaking in English, the easier it will become. In conclusion, eating at a restaurant is not only enjoyable but also a great way to practice English in real-life situations. From ordering food to asking questions, every part of the experience helps you improve your speaking skills. Be polite, ask for what you need, and don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand something. With time and practice, you will feel more confident speaking English at restaurants and enjoy the experience even more. Chapter 4: Directions in Traveling. Asking for directions and understanding how to get around are very important skills in daily life. Whether you are visiting a new place or just trying to find your way in your hometown, knowing how to ask for and give directions in English is helpful. When you need help finding a location, the first step is to approach someone politely. You can start by saying, "Excuse me, can you help me?" This shows respect and gets the person's attention. Once you have their attention, you can ask your question. For example, you might ask, "Where is the nearest bus stop?" Or "How do I get to the train station?" These are clear and simple ways to ask for directions. If you are looking for a specific place, you can say, "Can you tell me how to get to the library?" Or "Where is the nearest grocery store?" It's important to be specific so the person can give you the right information. When someone gives you directions, listen carefully. They might say, "Go straight, turn left, or turn right." These are common phrases used to explain directions. If you don't understand, it's okay to ask them to repeat. You can say, "Can you say that again, please?" Or "Can you speak slower, please?" People are usually happy to repeat or explain in a simpler way. If you are still unsure, you can repeat the directions back to them to confirm. For example, you can say, "So, I go straight and then turn left, right?" This helps you make sure you understood correctly. Traveling also involves using public transportation, such as buses, trains, or taxis. If you are taking a bus, you might need to ask, "What time does the bus leave?" Or "How much is a ticket to the city?" If you are not sure which bus to take, you can ask, "Which bus goes to the airport?" These questions will help you navigate public transportation systems easily. When you are at a train station or airport, signs and announcements are often in English. Pay attention to words like departure, which means the time a train or plane leaves, and arrival, which means the time it comes. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask staff members. You can say, "Excuse me, where is platform 5? Or "Can you help me find my gate?" Knowing these basic phrases makes traveling smoother and less stressful. If you are taking a taxi, you can simply tell the driver your destination. For example, you can say, "I'd like to go to the hotel, please." If you want to know the cost, you can ask, "How much will it cost to get there?" It's also useful to know phrases like, "Can you take me to the airport?" Or "Can we stop here, please?" These are practical and easy to use when traveling by taxi. Using maps and navigation apps can also help you find your way. If you have a smartphone, you can use apps like Google Maps. You can type in your destination, and the app will show you how to get there. It will also tell you the estimated time and distance. If you prefer a paper map, learn how to read the symbols and street names. Maps are very helpful, especially if you are in a place where you don't know the language. While traveling, you might also need to ask for recommendations. For example, you can say, "Can you recommend a good restaurant nearby?" Or "What's a fun place to visit in this area?" Locals are often happy to share tips about their city or town. Asking questions like these can also help you learn more about the culture and improve your conversational skills. It's normal to feel nervous about asking for directions or help while traveling, especially if English is not your first language. The key is to stay calm and confident. Most people are kind and understanding, and they will do their best to help you. Even if you make mistakes, the important thing is that you tried. Each experience will make you better at communicating in English. Traveling is not just about getting from one place to another, it's also a chance to practice your English and learn new words. You can practice phrases like "How far is it?" Or "Is this the right way?" before you go out. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will feel using them in real-life situations. In conclusion, learning how to ask for directions and navigate transportation is an important part of daily life English. From asking about bus schedules to finding your gate at the airport, these skills help you travel with confidence. Practice asking clear and polite questions, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Traveling is a wonderful way to explore new places and improve your English at the same time. Keep practicing, and soon you will feel confident navigating any situation. Chapter 5: Talking about your day. Talking about your day is a great way to practice English. It helps you use new words, form sentences, and share your experiences with others. It is also a common topic in daily conversations. Whether you are speaking to a friend, a family member, or a coworker, knowing how to describe your day is very useful. You can start by talking about what you did in the morning. For example, you might say, "I woke up at 7 o'clock," or "I had breakfast at home." These are simple sentences that explain how your day began. If you went to work or school, you can add, "I went to work at 9, or I took the bus to school." Talking about your morning routine is a great way to start the conversation. After talking about your morning, you can describe your afternoon. You can say, "I had lunch with my coworkers," or "I studied for my math test." If you did something special, like meeting a friend or visiting a park, you can mention that too. For example, "I met my friend Sarah, and we went to a coffee shop," or "I went to the park and took a walk." Sharing these details makes your conversation more interesting. If you are speaking in the evening, you can talk about what you did after work or school. For instance, you might say, "I went to the gym," or "I cooked dinner at home." If you watched a movie, you can say, "I watched a new movie on Netflix," and maybe add a little more. Like, "It was very funny." Talking about these activities helps you practice using past tense verbs, which are important in English. It's also nice to share how you felt during the day. For example, you can say, "I felt happy because the weather was nice," or "I was tired because I worked all day." Adding emotions to your story makes it more personal and helps the listener understand your experiences better. If you had a challenging day, it's okay to say that too. For example, "I felt stressed because I had a lot of homework," or "I was a little upset because I missed the bus." Talking about your day also gives you the chance to practice asking questions. After you share your story, you can ask the other person, "How was your day?" Or "What did you do today?" This makes the conversation more interactive and shows that you are interested in their life. Listening to their answers can also teach you new vocabulary and expressions. If you are not sure how to start, you can use simple sentences like, "Today was a busy day," or "I had a relaxing day." These phrases are easy to use and help you begin your story. Then you can add more details about what you did, where you went, and who you met. For example, "I went shopping this afternoon and bought some new clothes," or "I stayed home and read a book." Talking about plans for the next day is another way to extend the conversation. You can say, "Tomorrow, I'm going to visit my grandmother," or "I'm planning to clean the house." If you are excited about something, you can say, "I'm looking forward to the weekend," or "I can't wait for my vacation next week." This helps you practice using future tense verbs and keeps the conversation going. If you are learning English, it's okay to keep your sentences simple. Focus on using basic grammar and clear words. For example, instead of saying, "I was overwhelmed by a series of challenging tasks," you can say, "I had a lot of work, so I felt tired." Simpler sentences are easier to say and understand, especially if you are just starting to learn English. Practicing talking about your day can also help you improve your writing skills. At the end of the day, you can write a few sentences about what you did. For example, "Today, I went to the park with my dog. We walked for an hour. Then, I came home and made dinner. It was a good day." Writing down your thoughts helps you remember new words and grammar. In conclusion, talking about your day is a simple but effective way to practice English. It helps you share your experiences, use different tenses, and improve your speaking skills. Start with short sentences about your morning, afternoon, and evening. Add emotions, ask questions, and talk about your plans for tomorrow. The more you practice, the more confident you will feel. Remember, every conversation is a chance to learn and improve your English. That's it for today's podcast. We talked about greetings, shopping, eating out, traveling, and being polite. These are the basics of daily life English. Practice these phrases as often as you can, and soon they will feel natural to you. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you in your daily life. See you next time.